This here is a demonstration of my IV-9 tubes. These are vintage Russian tubes. And the goal I'm going to have is to build a clock using 6 segments, but I prototyped this just to make sure I had things working right. Right now this thing's actually being powered off of this bench power supply I built. You can see that in my blog and my other YouTube videos. And so it's powering this. And this is all my hardware. I have current limiting resistors on each pin. 8 of these are driving what the character is. 2 of them are driving the common pin on the tube. So the same 8 bits are being sent to drive the characters. And 1 pin turns one tube on, 1 pin turns the other on. So these are actually alternating really quickly, but it looks like they are both on at the same time, but they're not. So cool. And I have the 3906 transistors. Though I have 8 of those on the character bus, and I have 2 3904s, which is on the tube side. So I'm using 10K on the characters, and I'm using 1K on the tube transistors for their bases, which gives me a good beta. And you can see I had to I was really hoping I wouldn't have to, but I had to put a diode on every single pin. So that's kind of a pain. I'm using 8 pins. There's a decimal on these tubes too, but I'm not using them right now, but they're hooked up. So I have to put 8 diodes onto each tube. I'm going to have 6 tubes, and it's going to be a lot of soldering. I don't know how I'm going to get that on a board, but whatever, we'll solder it onto a board with 6 tubes. So realistically though, I only have to actually add 4 more wires to control 6 tubes. And on here, this is just an Arduino. I'm probably going to build this on a PIC, but I just wanted to write the code really quickly, so Arduino. They're really good for that, just for shooting out code. I'll post the code on my blog, so you can look at it if you want. Don't have much else to say about that. I do want to give a shout out to yourduino.com, which is where this Arduino came from. One of these breadboards came from there. They sell little packages of common transistors, which is where these transistors came from. Jumpers, diodes, they have these common diodes in a 100 pack. So it's a really great place just to, if you're going to pick up an Arduino or some jumpers or something, they're a great place to load up on your other bits. These tubes actually came from an eBay store. They were a Father's Day gift. So I think they're from Ukraine. And they came as a set of 12, so they actually showed up like this. The packing material was actually pretty good too, if you're into that. So there's Donald Trump and whatever's going on there. But yeah, there you have it. Proof of hardware. We know this will work. Now I just got to figure out how to build it. Alright. Well, have a good night.